So, welcome guys, we're playing EU4 today, and we're starting a game as a custom nation. We're going to be playing as Sons of Scotland. They're a despotic monarchy. Their culture is Scottish, and they're Catholic in the Holland. We have Holland as our home territory, which is a really nice centre for trade. Lots of value there. The nation we've got lots of custom ideas because whilst we're going to start by expanding in Holland, we're also then going to move and try and take our rightful home, Scotland. Though it's going to be a while yet. We need a big fleet and a big army, and well, Scotland's a long way away, so it's going to be tough. First, we need to look to how well we can do at home. So we've got Jella that like us, Friesland's indifferent, Utrecht dislikes us, Burgundy is neutral. We may be able to get them as an ally, but maybe that won't work. So overall, we should be able to expand quite nicely. So let's get ourselves an ally in Jella. Then how far off are we here? Yeah, we're quite far off. That's almost certainly not going to happen. So we won East Frisia. Is that a good alliance? Oldenburg? Hansa? No, the Hansa very neutral. They're a bit too strong to give a shit about us. Munster. So we'll try and get Munster as our ally. Now we've got to select rivals. So obviously Utrecht. They dislike us, so we might as well annex their territory. We could just leave it at that, but I like the idea of making Friesland as well. Our rivals will want that territory. We look at the trade node, yeah, it's all part of the English Channel, so we want to dominate the English Channel to make as much money as we can from trade. Because even now, with this one territory, we're making a nice healthy 5 gold on this one territory. So what mission should we go for? It's pretty much what we want to do. So yeah, I think we shall accept that mission. We have plenty of gold, enough to fill up our army to the max. So we've already got the cavalry. I like to go with 2 infantry. Well, an army of 4,000 infantry and 1,000 cavalry. Our cogs can stay in port. They're not going to be essential, so I'm actually going to mothball them. So they don't cost us any money. And then we'll send out our trade fleet to protect the English Channel. Right, so we've got our merchants in Lubeck willing trade towards the English Channel, so actually, yeah, we probably want to send to Lubeck. It's probably slightly more valuable. We'll want to, in the future, split between the 2 nodes. Lubeck is very powerful and can make us a lot of money, but we do need to remember to control the majority of the power in the English Channel. So let's set the time going. Keep it slow for the moment, because there we've got our alliance. And who's this? Oh, that was Jella wanting to make the alliance. which we've already sent. Right, so we've got the dude free, so we want to fabricate a claim on Friesland. Just like that one. That's going to take... not sure, but we'll see. We've actually got another of our merchants in Champagne. Okay, he's also bringing in a fair bit of money. Yeah. So we've got our troops training. So they'll be done. Oh, no. Yep, a royal marriage. That's just straight up good. We don't even get the legitimacy drop, which is very nice. Geller really like us, so we've got trying to get Munster to like us. There's a problem. They have Geller set as a rival, so they're not going to like us at all. But would Corn be a good idea? We'll want to go to war with Cleves at some point. Yes, I believe that would be a good idea. So let's recall that diplomat and get that alliance. Is there anyone else? Because we've still got 2 diplomatic relations left. May well be an idea. Oh, of course, no, that's never in a million years. We're not actually building infantry, so... Yeah, so that should be bringing us up to our force limit. We've got plenty of manpower because it's the start of the game, but we'll have to keep an eye on that when we go to war. And let's fabricate a claim on Utrecht. Just increase the speed because we're mostly just waiting for these claims to come through. That's an idea. I'll have to do that when my claims are through, and before I go to war. I can embargo my opponents. Right, do I want... No, I quite like having the balanced powers. It's really nice having extra admin at the start of the game so that you can get up to your national ideas. And I'm not sure what ideas I shall be getting, but trade would be terrible. We'll see when we get there. It's a while off. You'll see that at the start of the game we've got one of our traditions is we've got the global trade power, so we're making that's helping us along with this very valuable territory. Utrecht. Come on. Yeah, we're just waiting now. How old is this fella? 35. It's not likely that we get a succession war, but one can hope. I haven't said already, but we are part of the Empire, so whilst being right next to Burgundy is not ideal, we do get the protection of the Emperor, as long as he does not dislike us, which he doesn't at the moment. I think it's a wise idea actually to increase our fleet already. We can make a little bit more money from trade, and if we want to take Friesland, we probably want to control the coast of Holland. And his fleet is, I believe, 2 transport and 4 light ships, whereas we only have 3. So almost have that, but like I said, we want to have that. And actually, we probably... Right. Yeah, that's an easy quest. Let's just do that. So we just need to improve relations. Distant enough from Austria to not piss them off. And we haven't taken any territory. And making them like us will help when we do. "40 days and something similar to we can go to war with Utrecht, who do not have any allies. Oh, how unfortunate for them. Ah, Friesland. Ah, I think that's how many years. Time was it start? It's 46, so that's going to be 10 years. And trade is so valuable for us. Yeah, we'll take the hit to our stability. We can repair that damage instantly. Slows us down, but I think if we do that, that should recover the difference for us. Yeah, we should get advisors. We can safely get 2 at this stage of the game. Probably get 1 for each. Let's increase our tax value. Let's increase our diplo rep. And morale, since we're going to war soon. Yeah, that we haven't eaten through all of that trade income yet, and we're still making money. So we could go to war now, but is there any reason to wait? Well, first let's send you out to sea. Nope, nope. Go to Lubeck. And let's get ourselves a general. So yeah, we start off with our ruler is Queen Flora Bruce, who's being female, not able to lead our armies, which somewhat limits us. Right, Liege wants an alliance. Liege, is this Liege? That's Aachen. And I got rid of that. Ah, I don't want an alliance with Liege. They wouldn't be able to help us, and they're likely to go to war with Burgundy at some point. Yeah, even though they are part of the Empire. That's just a right royal mess waiting to happen. So I'm currently on 2 alliances. You're not going to want to. No, really not. You're really not either. Nope. Handsome, nope. Let's see if we can get. Oh, Brandenburg. That would be very useful, I think. Am I correct in that statement? Hesse? No. Würzburg. An alliance with Brandenburg. Or Bremen. The fleet would be very nice. Bremen will have a. Yeah, that should get the alliance with Bremen. That should hopefully slow down the Hanse's expansion as well, because yeah, the Hanse really liked to take Lauenburg and Stad because it connects the territories, makes them so much more powerful. So we'll have to cycle forward a few days before we're able to make any more alliances. And that means we can't get Lundberg, but then we should be able to get Brandenburg. Yep. Okay, so we're at the max number of diplomatic relations. We probably want to go to war now. Marriage offer. We should take the hit. Also, we have. We have as our national idea +1 year legitimacy to represent our righteous rule. Not very. Doesn't look too powerful, but it does mean that we can take hits like that and maintain our legitimacy and ultimately keep unrest down, which will be very useful because none of these territories actually have the Scottish culture. So there's going to be a little bit of unrest. So yeah, I think we're going to go to Cleves is inconsequential. They have no commander. Do I want to stick with this Counding War? Or do I want to try again? I'll stick with this one. We'll be attacking across a river, which is not great. But if we bring... if I click the right button, put our fleet there. We need to take this one off mothball so that it can have its health recover. Should have done that a few months ago in game. But let's combine those. Austria declared war against Salzburg. That just happens. There's no avoiding that. We also have the cavalry advantage. Let's check our allies' position. Yes, all allies love us. Cleves will join, but we might be able to take Cleves as a vassal or something of the like. Though I'll have to watch out for aggressive expansion. It's killed me many a time. Yeah, let's declare war now. And move instantly. Jella should be able to move in. Let's put it down to speed 2 and we shall put our fleet minus the cogs. Yes, the morale is low, it must have been on reduced maintenance. So that's a easy victory. Now we want to select our army and attach a siege and then go to Jella with the main body. Oh. Nope, I've done it the wrong way around. Attach siege, that's what we want to move. I need to be very careful. I need to watch this armor. Yeah, but do I get there first? I should be fine. Yep, he's going to stay there. And he's going to follow. Does he need my help? No, he really doesn't. So I'll talk and start the siege. This is just to... I really should help actually, I'm gaining nothing from sitting here. Though it's too late now, the battle's won. I shall put those to sea, just to increase the blockade efficiency. It doesn't matter. I don't have the fleet to fully blockade, so... Detach damaged again, put them back in port. We're making a lot of money. That's because of reinforcements. We've got the bank to support that. And we have plenty of manpower. So that does not bother me. Yeah, this was an easy war, but it's just how much can we get out of it safely without pissing people off? Because We want Burgundy to not hate us, and we want Austria to actually like us. If we can do that, then we can expand quickly, and we can actually do what we really want to do and take back Scotland. But until then, we've got to take this measly land from the Hollanders. This is Dutch. Yeah, Bavarian. Call it Dutch. Okay, fair enough. That was a little bit Flemish. Probably not taking that from Burgundy. Much too powerful. We're making money again. Thought so. Yeah. Covered most of the reinforcements. And now we just increase the speed so we can get these sieges complete. Has our relations are we been affected with Austria? No, not yet. Or we shall see when we take this territory. It is a base tax 7? Yeah. Yeah, that could piss a lot of people off. We've got plenty of admin power and we can plenty of diplo power. Currently looking at 1449 for our first idea group. Yeah, look at that. Tripled our legitimacy gain per year because of that national tradition. It's not something I'd usually go for, but I'm actually quite impressed. Does Scotland have something similar? Not in their traditions. I can't remember what some of their national ideas are. Yeah, increase the speed a bit more. We really don't need to do anything complex at the moment. And there's no point in that. Even remaining. Oh, excuse me, remaining here. And go back to Lubeck. Yeah, because a bit more money. And so now that we've essentially taken this territory here, Utrecht, we probably won't get. The siege of Berg is complete. Let's move you back to there to keep the time running because it is taking its sweet time. Yeah, we're going to have a separate piece with Cleves. That does not give me any value, so I'm not going to do that. We'll try and get a little something more significant out of them. What? Yeah, that's just what they suggest. Don't want annex because we can't like control them. That could happen, but right. It's the aggressive expansion I'm worried about. We don't want it to go above about 20. How much? Oops. How much will that increase? So that's going to increase it by 10-ish. If I go to Cleave separately, I need to remember that I can just do it from the menu. I can get this if I'll just wait a few weeks. I'm thinking I'll do that. Salzburg was annexed. That's typical. And this is taking longer because we don't have the blockade. We don't have the blockade because we don't have a big enough fleet. So we increase the size of our fleet. We need 2 more vessels on top of that one on our naval force limit, but this territory shall increase that a little. Regent now rules Burgundy. Well, that I think increases their chances of having a succession crisis, which I know we're quite low down on the the tier of that event, but that does give us we have a small chance of gaining some territory in this region from that succession. Very unlikely, but because usually Austria takes it first. But well, I wouldn't say no to it. Right, so yeah, we don't want to do that. We want to make them our vassals, and we'll nick all their money at the same time. Except, well, send. Okay, so that's decreased their opinion of us by 13. For the rest. Yeah, I don't think this is too bad. I think we can risk this. That increases by another 10, which affects. Oh, let's go for it. We need this territory. See, that's decreased their opinion of us by 23, theirs by 30. We're not completing that mission anytime soon. With 20. Yeah, we're gonna have to be very careful because, well, that's increased so much because it's base 7 tax. We can control the unrest, I think. At least for a little while. We'll leave the autonomy as is. So if that becomes a problem, we can increase autonomy. We need to add a new rival. Who in the area would be a good rival? Cleves? No, I can't, because they're not adjacent. Corn? No, they're allies. They'd be silly. They did make Corn allies, didn't they? Yeah. Alliance. I have. Can't make Cleves my vassal. My rival, because my vassal. It's a wee bit silly. I shall increase relations so that I can get. Well, the limited desire is as low as possible. Hesse, Munster. Munster still. Maybe. Oh yeah, I'm above Diplo reps. So I'll probably want to break. Yeah, I'll break that. And I want to make Trier. Actually, what about Trier? Trier are tucked away, they're relatively weak. But then again, Hesse is weaker. Yeah, let's make Trier. We'll keep Jala as an ally for a little while. Still, yeah, we're not getting them as Diplo vassals. It's just not happening. Yeah. Now if we send a diplomat, we don't want to designate it as a march. We need that income. Oh, we actually need 3. Let's first sort this out. Let's designate Trier as well. So, spare no expense, increased inflation. Inflation's not a problem. The extra boost at the start is nice, in my opinion. So we'll go with that. And we've pushed it back a little. Still got our 3, yeah, so we're behind a little, but got plenty of time with this queen. She's only 33. Our army is at max, but our navy, on the other hand, is not. So need to constantly upgrade that. I'll queue up the remaining two. And we can only build earthen ramparts at the moment, we don't have the tech, so our money is actually going nowhere. Just slightly decrease on maintenance. That sort of level of difference will recover in a month, or a month, maybe two. So it's relatively safe, whilst it's also saving you a fair bit of money. So at some point we'll want to go to war with Friesland. Ooh, yeah, we've outraged them. It's not great, but we knew that was going to happen. We just need to make sure that someone like, say, Austria isn't outraged at us. I want to get rid of that mission actually, because that's going to take 18 years to recover, so and the benefit's not great, so we'll get something else. We might get a mission that tells us to go attack Friesland, or insult Friesland. I'd like that. Let's improve relations with Britain. Yeah, that was... yeah, that's a bit of a altercation. Been warned by Burgundy, which means that if we go to war with... Does that go to war? This doesn't work. Let's just check. If I remember rightly, if I declare war on Friesland, because we're not bordering either of each other, Friesland isn't bordering at Burgundy, then they can't join. So I can also time it in such a way that Burgundy is in a costly war with, say, France or Austria, so that they are not in the mood to join. They don't feel it wise. Brandenburg, yeah, my allies are fine, they're defensive. Which makes sense because I do have a fair bit of aggressive expansion. I did take a lot of territory right at the start. So that's just a given. Let's look at our tech. Yeah, we're a year away, or just short of a year. February next year we'll be able to upgrade our admin tech. Let's have a look at the ideas. Let's figure out what we want to do. So, making a lot of money from trade, but maybe... Oh, now that's problematic. We're going to have to decline. How long... So that's done. We're halfway there. It's a problem. So we're going to have to increase autonomy just so we can maintain that. Now we basically make no money from that territory. Yeah. Tiny amount from production. Now let's go back to looking at our ideas. So what have we got? It's like, yeah, we could make shit tons of money from trade, but we're only making shit tons of money. So that makes me think that we don't want trade, but we don't want a Diplo idea either, because we want to trade at some point. So maybe... no, expansion doesn't work because we can't colonize instantly. Tolerance? National unrest... sort of makes sense, but we are going to have high levels of... can we do that actually? High levels of other cultures, as is. So let's go to Burgundy. We'll cancel that one, Burgundy, and improve relations with Austria. Oh, oops. Just moved the screen. I'm sorry for that, guys. How unprofessional of me. It just makes no sense. Innovative is just a bit meh. Military ideas? We're gonna have plenty of spare military points. Quantity... yeah, it's just they don't do much. We actually do want a Diplotech one, I think. Oh, that's... maintain that diplomat. Not going to gain building that with fascinates. Well, actually, we could. That's actually... it's a possibility. It would help us with declaring war. Okay. Actually, we'll go with that. And do we want... well, this first one's not very good. Will it just give us... no, it's not very necessary. So yeah, we're going to go for income from vassals. Doesn't... that in itself isn't exceptional. But what we're looking for is our first national idea. To the Bruce. People know your right to rule and flock to your banner, be they Scots or Highlanders. So that increases our manpower, which means more wars. Great. Yeah, Utrecht is almost clear. I think. Nope. Oh. Oh, brilliant. Another family feud. We'll spend Diplo rep. We can have 5 regiments. Rise up nobles are tough. We'd win, but well, they might have a really good general. We can increase autonomy. I'll take the hit to my Diplo points. We don't need them exceptionally a lot at the moment. You don't realise that you've got all these little ships that's wandering around. Oh, it's turning around, and we've got salt from Osnabrück. We're making money, not an exceptional amount. Our vassals up to 2 units, so that means our army strength is 7, though those 2 are a little unreliable, being controlled by the AI. Yeah, Bremen don't like us. What'll happen when you break an alliance with someone? Does unlawful territory go away when you... so long since I've played in the Empire that I can't remember if unlawful territory disappears. I don't think it does. Just lasts for another 9 years. Yeah, it doesn't. Nah, I didn't think it did. That would be wishful thinking. Yeah. Yeah, so we're now accepting the Dutch culture. That's great. But that was a guaranteed, essentially, because we do only have this one territory, which is Scottish. That's where we want to go. All these fantastic Scottish provinces. And look at that. Look at that one base tax. Don't you love it? The thing is, though, to take these, we're going to have to declare so many no Casus Belli wars. Okay, we've reached a force limit of 6, so do I want infantry? Yeah, we want infantry for the moment. Because... maybe not. But we'll go with infantry. Next one's going to be cavalry. So we don't want to go over the no support limit, insufficient support limit. Oh, and who's this? This is Cleves. We shall agree to that. That's just straight up good for us. So we're going to get an improvement in 1452 to our military. So our Austria's opinion of us is increasing by 3 a year. It's not too bad, but it is going to mean that we're going to be sitting here not doing much. Unless we can incite our enemies into attacking us. Let's pull that dude back. We're placating Austria, and let's send an insult. Maybe they'll attack, but I don't suspect they will. Right, so let's stack those up in Utrecht. Let's placate the Hansa. So actually not making too much because we're taking 40% of their income. 10% base, 25 from the tribute system, and 4.5 from our legitimacy, which will soon increase back up to 5%. So there's a new emperor, still in Austria, and Austria is attacking Bavaria and Ulm. Not great for them, but doesn't affect us really. It's a nice thing about being on the other side of the empire. And we still get the benefits. Oh, Burgundy's domineering, so I don't feel safe. This is... We do have our alliances, so this one just lights us straight up. We probably don't actually want that guy doing that. We want to go to our alliances and improve relations so they're more likely to come to our defence. Same with that guy, he's doing nothing. I'll send him back when it actually matters. When it's decreased a little bit. A bit more efficient use of my time. Yeah, the liberty desire is really low. Yeah, so vassals count all vassals' power relative to their liege, which is something to watch out for because they used to only take into account their own. Does is it a ducat set? Let's increase the speed because we just want these to tick up. We want our diplomatic relations just to reset to 0. It's a slow process, but when we're this small, we can't afford to make mistakes because, well, we've already pissed off Burgundy. It's hostile, so they're domineering, right? In my opinion, that's actually slightly better. But maybe that's inaccurate. Oh, shame. Shall I? Has an air. Thought it would. And we can increase our military tech. Oh, we can wait for... Yeah, let's be a bit more efficient, and we'll wait for naval bonus to increase slightly. We'll save an extra, what will it be, like 30? Yeah, it'll be a little less than 30. Still have all 3 of our advisors. Yeah, so that currently costs 508. Oh, actually, that's going to take ages. Yeah, let's not wait. Just in case we forget when we go to war, we'll make a silly mistake. Ooh, actually, what we should do... we don't have that much army tradition. What I should have done at the end of that previous war is used my army tradition to get a new general, since this one's bad. That would have been very useful. Armory... There goes a miss. We're at our naval force limit. Do we want to actually split these fellas up? Probably, yeah, probably. Where are they? There they are. I probably want to go for a 3-5 split. We'll send... Need to remember to click Alt so that I can select navies. Yeah, we'll put you back in the deck. May not be the most efficient, but... But it does. Yeah, it does the job. Just about. So yeah, we're making a little bit more money. We're making a gold. Month. Still warning us. Yeah, warning a lot of people though, so... Actually, when does this warning cease to be valid? 69. It's a 20-year deal, pretty much. Right, so we've got our barracks. Oh, so 22 is going to take. Oh, so we probably want to get that when we can. That's 55. So that's a few years away. Third one, can we annex them? That'll be 58. We won't be able to annex them straight away because we need to get a land connection, which the shortest one is through Breda or Gela, both of which we don't want to attack. One, because Raven is too powerful, and Gela is too good an ally. We're actually going to take the legitimacy, because yeah, we recover that so fast, but and prestige is nice, but a little harder for us to get at the moment. We want to go to war with Frisia soon. I say soon, soonish. But that's a question for another day, and I'm going to end there for today. We've gone 10 years. The Sons of Scotland have expanded their power in the area. They have direct control of Utrecht and starting to get money out of the territory, though rather inefficiently for how high value that is, but that will increase steadily as autonomy and unlawful territory dissipate. We have Cleves, who thought they were strong enough to help defend their ally Utrecht, and instead got themselves under our righteous rule, and now serve us loyally. they will act as an extra 2 or 3 thousand men in our upcoming wars, and we're grateful for it. We're currently being warned by Burgundy, and Austria isn't too happy with us, so we're going to have to tread lightly. But next, we want to take Friesland. We'll see how that goes.